Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Category Purification Plant, blue team. Bebop's got a Plague Champion, starts off with a damage of time bolt gun, can get to melee weapons, debilitates enemies and supports allies, can also repair your stuff alongside. Saint Galahad's Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal, and a passive health regeneration aura. We got the Black Templars elite scheme. Rounded off the blue team then, kis0kis Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with battlefield manipulation and control. We got some Black Legion. On the red team, Alex's brother captain, a durable hero, walking through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee alongside Laurr's Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects fighting offense, disruption and support from the front lines. And rounding off the teams, kis0kis with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that leaps into combat with some powerful disruption and support. Maybe it's kis0kis. On the west side here, taking a whole bunch of bolter fire. And we see Saint Galahad and Laurr rotate over to the west side as well. Going into some melee with each other. Apothecary now tries to get onto the shooter boys. Might need to heal himself. There it is. Kills on with a bolt pistol. Bebop may have to back off a bit here. Yeah, there he goes. CSM backing off with the Plague Champion. Scouts moving forward though. Howling Banshees on the prowl with their power melee weapons looking to get into those tactical marines where they are a huge threat to their heavy armor. Yeah, they just run off. Bebop has backed away. I think that's well played there by the Plague Champion. Backs off into some Nurgle worship and can now engage the Warboss and try and stop him from capping this. Can he do it? I think he can. Unless the Warboss wants to die for the decap. He does not. And runs off. Can now creep up with some more Nurgle worship maybe and engage these Eldar fellas. There we go. Well played again. Could get some cover though. Oh, maybe it's not needed. The Guardians flee. Nobody can cap the Western VP. What's going on east side though? I see a bunch of heretics running off. Some CSM running off. Didn't drop a model there though, fear. Sorcerer left to cap the eastern power node contested. These guys are going to get doom bolted here. There it is. And that was a very good hit. Half of their hit points gone on a starting ability there. Sometimes Doom Bolts just seems insane. Double tax up for Saint Galahad, double CSM for Bebop. Nothing else up yet for Alex. Has there been some war gear in? Oh, we do have war gear. Blessed Aegis is in. 4 damage absorbed for every point of energy loss. I think that's less efficient than other shields. I think most other shields are 5 for 1. And Attack Marines is 6 for 1. Most likely because he has so much hit points already, that guy. On the west side, I see a war shout. Those guys ran away from it. That war shout would have suppressed them, which makes it much more difficult to escape. We've got some Storm Boys up and a boss pole in for the Warboss. Storm Boys have power melee knives. They're a big threat to these Marines here. Gonna see Purification Rites in response, I would think. We already got Shotgun Scouts. No jump yet. I hear heretics yelling. Are those Bebop's heretics? Oh, they got grenade launchers, look. They're just excited about it. Shuriken Cannon in play, keeping the CSM back, suppressing them as you can see. Laurr now rotating to the west. Saint Galahad in pursuit. Did the right thing backing off there, I think. Oh, he wants more scouts. Probably more shotgun scouts, eh? I was expecting Purification Rites next. Laurr does have burners up for the sluggers. Gives them some power weapons and improves their health. Lots of posturing for position here. Banshees have found an inn. And this is Bebop just trying to outshoot and brute force those Banshees out of here. Doing a decent job too. Takes them down to 2 models. Warlock arrived a little bit late to tie up those other CSM there. And these CSM didn't drop a model, look. Well played by Bebop in the end, I think. Gonna get some pressure on his power though. Meanwhile, east side node going down. I think it's worth the Plague Champion grabbing the fetid armor here, since he doesn't have the Doom Blast on the heretics any longer. If you can unholy stench those Banshees, then shoot them up. Not a lot they could do about that. Full auto ready on this thing for the Warboss, most likely. Oh, who has gone down, by the way. Not sure what happened there, but I guess he did push in on Saint Galahad at some point. Meanwhile, the Strike Squad working on some power. Here comes Fear. And a cap on the natural VP by Alex's brother captain. A double at the moment for red. There's some Doom Bolts. This is a bad fight, fellas. Double aspiring champion heretics. Maybe they just wanted to use their banishment and run, but they went way too close, dropping 2 models. Big losses there for Alex, but he did get away and he goes tier 2. He did not want another unit up, apparently. Purgation would have done some good work against these heretics, perhaps. Might have forced a vestments of the warp purchase on the Sorcerer if there was one. Meanwhile, did you get purification rights yet? You did. And is it indeed double shotgun scouts? It is. There's a whole bunch of Daka. Storm Boys, where's your jump, fellas? In tier 2 with their Nob leader, they'll be able to stun on landing. Banshee's war shouting against some poor heretics. Those guys are, if they all went into melee a little bit earlier there, they may have finished them. And kis0kis made the mistake of not bringing that shuriken up because those Banshees overextended a little bit too long there. Boss pole doing work. There's the jump. Double shotgun scouts are there though, and they're dealt with quite easily, and so are the sluggers. How's the Warboss doing? He's under half health. St. Galahad with those double shotgun scouts doing a really good job. Just standing toe-to-toe with Laurr's army at the moment. Purification rights and the full auto making a big difference as well. But that fight's going to become much harder in tier 2 when the squad leaders come in for the Orks. There's the tier 2 for Laurr, and a Rhino is up for Alex with a heavy bolter turret bolted to the back, which basically makes it a Razorback, but don't tell that fella there with the Storm Bolter. He likes calling it a Rhino. He's excited about it. I'm not sure what these guys are trying to do here. They can't really attack the Rhino very well. Oh, and a Nemesis Force Halberd for the Brother Captain. That's one way to deal with a mob of Orks. A mob of heretics, isn't it? There's the tier 2 for Laurr. There's a Blood Crusher for Fear that could chase down the Rhino, since it did not get the las cannon, and double shurikens into Wraithguard for Kiss, or however you say this name. kis0kis. There's the Nurgle Shrine. Strange place to put it. We'll see how it does. It will suppress enemy infantry nearby, also heal allies, and if you worship it, they can reinforce. But it's not being worshipped, they are just worshipping Nurgle normally over there. Or at least they were. There's no way they're going to hold on to that shrine, and there's a flank from Alex. Apothecary is very low, but does get away. Even the Howling Banshee is impressed with the boss pole there, getting the buffs off it. And they push all the way through onto a power bash. Down goes the Plague Champion. Bebop got triple Chaos Space Marines, by the way, all with Eternal War. Not something you see very often. Wraithguard will counter them quite hard unless they get Mark of Khorne. Some double Tzeentch worship. And there's that Blood Crusher going in. Has heavy melee damage, this guy. Vehicle armor, good mobility. Not a lot of hit points though. But the captain leaves. I'm not sure. How are they being spotted, these guys? I guess just because the Brother Captain ran through them. Trying to keep them hidden so the Rhino doesn't shoot at them over there. Why is the Warboss infiltrated? Do you have Cloak of Shadows? He does have Cloak of Shadows. And the Witchblade of Kurnus coming in. Warp Throw already on the field. Big investment here in a level 1 Warlock. We'll see how he does. Warboss also still level 1. Storm Boys with user choppers and their Nob leader. Almost deleting the attacks. They did delete them. Oh, some scouts were lost as well. And that was a Bomber Boy attack onto those Devastators. They can reinforce off that Rhino, by the way. But it looks like they want to run off. Power bashing now from the red team. Blue team just overextended a bit when they came up here to power bash with the shrine and stuff. Stayed in a bit too long. Mark of Khorne CSM are in. Triple Mark of Khorne CSM, really. And Bloodletters. Bebop just goes full on melee aside from the heretics. There's some Nurgle worship to help out. Heretics leveling up, actually. You guys gonna fight? Maybe. Banshee's doing some good work there. Bloodletters also leave. Banshees, they haven't quite leveled yet. Alex goes tier 3. Nope, cancels it. Gets some purgation. And then queues up tier 3. 380 to 356 on the VPs. Some Stone Guard veterans dropped in by St. Galahad using their Hellfire rounds. They should be using Kraken bolts against an enemy hero, although Hellfire rounds are still good against heroes. Especially if they're behind cover or they are retreating. But the captain, like two-thirds of the way through level 2, actually. There's the Purgation now. Not sure what the plan is with these guys. Are they gonna... Yeah, Conversion Beamer for the Blood Crusher. If they need it. Warboss is giving chase and has the Power Claw. That special attack wasn't useful, though. There's a whole bunch of Daka. Vestments of the Warp is in. Dark Creepers for kis0kis. He's lost a bunch of stuff. Lost both the Shurikens. And I can't select them. There they are. In the webway. Both the Shurikens and the Guardians, looks like. 327 to 356 on the VPs. The Witchblade of Kurnus, incredibly useful against all of those Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marines and stuff. That could win the fight right there. We'll see how this goes. Bloodletters are in there. Ethereal Slash, where are you? There it is. Big boom. Banshees are still getting overwhelmed, though. Massively overwhelmed. Can they make it out? Plague Champion punches her in the face and she goes down. Wiped out the Banshees then. Wraithguard leave. Warlock goes down. There's a bad fight in the end by kis0kis with just too much melee, even with the Witchblade of Kurnus. Storm Boy's jumping in, stunning stuff. Warboss is here too with the boss pole. 316 to 356 on the VPs. Plague Marines up for fear. Orks promptly run away. Not sure why the Shooter Boys were so close. Yeah, this melee army of Bebop is holding up pretty well, actually. Red team beleaguered here and depleted. Wraithlord? No, kis0kis gets more Dark Creepers. I don't think that's the solution. They can't pinning fire all three, and the Bloodletters can teleport on you as well. Some Stir Guard, some attacks with Sergeant, and this is going to turn blue over here. On the east side, Blood Crusher still going. Sorcerer levels to 2. Doom bolts on retreating stuff. Oh, they weren't retreating yet. And now a Power Bash. Any mark for these guys? Oh, we got Mark of Khorne here too. Infiltrated in the corner there. I assume they completely mess up a strike squad, eh? Even with their Justicar, which they don't have at the moment. Grey Knight Terminator's on the way for Alex. Red team have got some catching up to do here. kis0kis all the way on the other side of the map at the moment. Blue team are left to the western VP for now. Still plenty of VPs in it though. These guys can go and bash the power. Bebop. In the mid. There's the Stormboy jump. And, oh, they just leave. No purification rights. Oh, there he goes. There's the heal. Didn't knock him over though. Now the Apothecary getting chased. He's trying to get back over to Bebop. Is he? You have Armor of Purity now as well. I was trying to get back to his shotgun scouts. There's the jump. Where's the shotgun blast? There it is. Bomber boys on the devs. A typical rowdy brute force push from the Orks. They're into the power. Well done, Laurr. Speaking of power bashing though, here's Bebop getting it done with a whole mob of melee. Back to the east side. Fear's still got a Blood Crusher up, looking at the power again. There's the Grey Knight Terminators. They'll mess up the infantry, but Fear now has a Dreadnought. Wraithguard in a really bad spot. There's some Nurgle worship. Dark Creepers are piling on the DPS though. Look at that. Can they wipe one of them? In retreat with Nurgle worship. Is it enough to save them? It's not enough to save them. Dark Creepers getting it done. Oh, but can they survive? Well, one of them did not survive. That is vicious melee on retreat there. Absolutely vicious. Warlock is level 3. Thought about getting the VP, but Stern Guard veterans and stuff said no. Level 5 Apothecary here. His heal does get better every level. On the east side, Blood Crusher's quite low. But there's the Chains of Torment. I was going to say, is it a good idea to get your Terminators up so eagerly against the Chaos Sorcerer? You can do so much to mess with them. They're going to wipe here, I think. They do indeed wipe. Oh, maybe not. 133 hit points, they make it out. Teleporting just in time. Blood Crusher may chase them into base, actually. Because he can warp it out if he needs to. If he cares to. Some more Purgation. They are getting the Conversion Beamer. Down goes the Blood Crusher. Terminator did survive. Can they pressure the Dreadnought? Doesn't look like it. Conversion Beamer is in, though. 316 to 254. Webway's being used by kis0kis. I've decided that's what I'm going to call him. Map looking quite blue, though. And they don't have their gens up over here at the moment. Nob squad on the field, though, for Laurr. There's tier 3 for Bebop. Can the red team get their tier 3s motoring? That might be able to pull them back into this game. Although they're not massively far behind on VPs. They've just had some rough engagements. They're going in on Fear's army here. Got to jump the Dreadnought, surely. Because these guys do have a heavy melee weapon, the Storm Boys. I just ran into the Chains of Torment. Got to defeat the central mass. Down it goes. Wraith God making short work of it there. In the Circle of Summoning. Demonic Summoning, Demonic Circle. I'm not even sure. I can never figure out what it's called. But it spawns Bloodletters and it held back the Orks a bit there. Chaos Dreadnought gets away. Warboss is what? Almost level 3. He's got the Cyborg implants. That's a nice counter to Bebop's melee army. Storm Boys jumping in. Some good stuns. Didn't even need to use the heal. There's the big stomp, though. That is amazing. Warboss now levels to 3, and he is cleaving through some Marines. Goes after the Stern Guard. Gets a good special as well. Look at that disruption. Oh, hey. Apothecary's had enough of this shooty business. He goes melee mode with an Anointed Power Axe. Those guys just use their Onslaught, whatever it's called. Psy Cannon is in for the Grey Knight Terminators. A bunch of Tzeentchian worship. And an Eldritch Storm thrown in. Stuns the Chaos Dreadnought. Can they finish it off here with the Wraith Guard? Gets warped out to safety. They cannot. Good push, though, by the red team, eh? Nob's got in there doing some work, I guess. They have their E-Jammers. Nob leader. I'm not sure if they have Meaner and Greener yet. I can't see the icons because they're in retreat. Warboss. Decapping. Are you going to destroy the drop pod here? Because they can reinforce off this thing, right? Map still looking quite blue. Bebop pushed up the west side, I guess. Here he is. Power bashing again. Now has to fight a Seer Council, though. Hero Slash coming in. Can the Seer Council deal with all this melee alongside the Warlock? Would love to get an Avatar, I'm sure. Might be worth getting a Wraith Horde up. They could not deal with it, it turns out. Did get some XP, though. No war gear whatsoever for the Plague Champion. Dark Creepers, they need to really keep their distance and manage their distance well. There's a Nob squad. Okay, now they're getting meaner and greener. A Vortimer Razorback for Alex does have that Purgation still. The Dreadnought survived, though. With that default autocannon. Bebop with huge amounts of resources. It's a Land Raider Phobos on the way. Big retreat from Bebop. But here's Fear to flank those poor Strat Squad fellas. Are they going to get away? Storm Boys might have saved them. Did not save them. What are you guys up to? Oh. They are. I think it's called Incinerate, isn't it? When they lift them in the air like that. They can die. Did he get subjugation? No Tome of Subjugation for Fear. He's being a little bit kind, I think, to these Terminators, not getting subjugation. Still chains them, and they're not going to make it out. Down they go. Alex now with some Stormtroopers on the way. A Rock's dropped in there, but it completely misses everything. 316 to 150. Red team still trying to play catch up. Can Laurr get another Nob squad? Maybe. The Sorcerer is still going to be a massive threat to them, though. Has that rod of warp fire. Land Red Redeemer now for Galahad as well on the way. 316 to 137 on the VPs. What level did the Warboss get to here? Level 4. Now going for heavy armor. I feel like it's worth keeping those cyborg implants. We'll see how it goes. There's the big stomp. That might be the last big stomp we see. Those guys getting shot up there. Warboss is now kind of stuck. Gets a decent special. Storm Boys coming in. Completely surrounded though. Assistance now from the brother captain. We are the hammer going up. Trying to fight an Apothecary. See a Council in there too. Ethereal Slash. Warlock's level 4. See a Council. Stay in too long though. 60 hit points, 56, 55. I think they're okay. Oh, Bloodletters trying to finish them. Can they do it? They can do it. Just got that attack off in time. I think that's it. It's a 2-1 for blue. And this melee army has been incredible for Bebop. Really should have got a Wraith Lord up, I think, kis0kis. Investing heavily into the double Dark Reapers. Was it triple Dark Reapers at some point? Didn't quite pay off. They did the damage, but you just can't keep the melee away from them effectively. Chains of Torment again, getting a really good cast there. Fear, he really knows how to time that. The Orc Squad and the Warboss still stuck in it. They don't have any ranged weapons, so they can't shoot that central mass. Maybe the Warboss could have with his sidearm. Looted tank now. Another Ethereal Slash. Warlock killing a Chaos Space Marine, but didn't wipe him. Those sync kills are only meant to trigger on the last remaining model, but sometimes it misfires because of how the script timing works. Nob Squad now on the land. Raider Redeemer. This thing with Flamestorm cannons and that twin-linked assault cannon is quite nasty versus enemy infantry. Here's a Fire Prism getting good shots though. Wraith Guard, are you going to help? Well, here's the Phobos. That could make very short work of a Fire Prism. That was just one shot, look. I think that was on rear armor though. Some Nurgle Worship and a Shrine. Brother Captain doing well. Looks like Immortal is up on him here. The Holy Armor of Titan. Red team are not out of it yet. They're fighting. Fear's saying he's stuck somewhere. Move Scout, he said. Looks like he's alright now. We've got some Loyalist Terminators on the field for St. Galahad. Warboss getting stuck in, trying to choose some high-value targets, but he can't stay in there forever. In fact, he goes down. Fire Prism needs to target the CSM, I think. Try to keep him from running like that. We have a Marco Zinch Dreadnought now. That missile launcher's pretty effective anti-vehicle. 316 to 56. Blue team are taking the west side. GG from Alex. He's only got some stormtroopers on the field, and there's the concession by the red team. Plague Champion was just getting kitted out, look. Level 5 Plague Champion. A level 7 Apothecary. Level 5 Chaos Sorcerer. Had a level 5 Brother Captain. Alex had a bit of a rough game. He was against the very experienced Fear, though. Had a level 5 Warboss and a level 4 Warlock. There you have it, guys. Red team were playing catch-up for most of the game. But it was fun to see it play out. Some good fights, and seeing the very aggressive Bebop melee play was quite fun. Especially with like very little Plague Champion support. He just stood around shooting stuff most of the time. Really good use of the Heretics, I feel like. There you have it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see ya next time.